They're always going to side with the reject. Terence Crawford is a degenerate. Terence Crawford is a reject. People think Terence Crawford is special. I don't see nothing special about this guy. I'm going to go as far as to say this, and I'm going to say it. Terence Crawford is mediocre, man, because he's fought mediocre competition. In order for you to be a special fighter or an elite fighter, you are as good as your competition. If your competition is not elite, if your competition is not special, you are the deciding factor of that. The reason why we say Errol Spence is special is because he fought a Special K. Listen to the terminology. The guy's name was Special K. The reason why we say Errol Spence is special is because he fought your Dennis Ugas, who basically retired and made Manny Pacquiao AARP retirement Pac-Man style. Right. Me and you know this to be true because at the time I was at Vegas and we were laughing this thing off. The reason why Errol Spence is special is because Errol Spence made Danny Garcia a fighter who nobody's been able to do that. He made this guy a black eye, and he's been in denial about it for 9 months. The reason why Errol Spence is special is because Errol Spence had a fat camp. Errol Spence didn't even train the way he was supposed to, and he gave Sean Porter bloated trauma. The reason why Sean Porter couldn't even get up to fight the fight that he did against Terence Crawford, and he looked horrible in the tune-up fight in between that, is because Spence gave him bloated trauma. You were the one that witnessed Sean Porter was grimacing at the end of that fight. He couldn't even walk. His dad was telling ES News and them to move the camera away from him. The reason why Errol Spence is special is because Errol Spence retired Lamont Peterson. It wasn't no damn Sergey, whatever the hell his name was. It was Errol Spence that retired him. The reason why Errol Spence is special is because Errol Spence turned Mikey Garcia into an Uber, a Lyft, and a whole up. Hey, taxi, Tijuana cab driver fighter. This was a guy who was a top 4 pound for pound guy in the weight class, and he embarrassed him. The guy that they were calling the Mexican Floyd Mayweather, he embarrassed this guy. The reason why Errol Spence is special is because Errol Spence turned around and beat the living snot out of Chris Van Heeteren. Chris Van Heeteren, at the time that Errol Spence fought him, he was the South African pride of a fighter who was looking to be a promising special welterweight. And Spence beat the special out of him, all because he was talking trash.
Exactly. Here's the thing, man. I'm glad you said all that shit. And low-key, that little segment right there, you might want to you might want to find a way to record that and have that, play that before some videos or something. All that is true. But this is the power of the media and the power of suggestion. Because the media has said these two fighters on the same level. You have people who actually believe that with no proof. There's been no proof that Errol Spence and Bud on the same level.
Exactly.
147 is the major leagues. 135 to 140. When you talk about really boxing, that's like the minor leagues.
Yep.
That's like the minor leagues, man. There's some good baseball.
And Terence Crawford's version of 140 is really college baseball. If you want me to be honest with you, it's college baseball.
Right.
It was minor leagues when Danny Garcia, because this is what people don't understand. Danny Garcia had a way more decorated 140 domination than Terence Crawford ever did because the level of opposition. I mean, just look at the fact that, you know, he fought Lucas Matiste. That in of itself dominates every opposition that Terence Crawford fought at 140. I mean, Indongo is your ultimate fight. That's your undisputed fight. I mean, come on. If Errol Spence is fighting Indongo, is Indongo still boxing at this point?